For today, we've just got one complicated word that I'd like for us to expand on a bit. Because this word has caused a lot of fuss. There are a lot of arguments that happen around this word, and when it's associated with religion, it's not always put in the most favorable of light. The word I'm referring to is authority. There are a lot of opinions out there about authority. We couldn't possibly hope to cover them all, but there are some common choices out there. There are people that find security in authority. They like having a president or a pope to make the big decisions, and authority is to be respected for all of the good that it does. There are the people that hate authority on general principle. The idealistic ones are unsettled at the idea of a person with control over another person. And the non-idealistic people are just rattled at being told what to do. And finally, or at least thirdly, there are the people that give their authority figures the benefit of the doubt, but they're very sensitive to failure. Their faith in their leaders is easily shaken. Now, all three of these opinions are a part of life. They all have admirable qualities and some problematic qualities. But for all that we talk about authority and we debate back and forth, there is something that we never talk about with authority, something that never gets the attention it deserves, and today is the perfect day to let it sink in. In the length and breadth of a human life, who has the greatest authority over that life, overall? In other words, where is authority most often found to actually influence us as people? It's not the priest. It's not me. It's not Father Tom. It's not whoever baptized you. It's not whoever confirmed you. Priests are role models, guardians, and guides. But we can only build up on what already exists. We're support staff. It's also not the Pope. I don't have time to expand on that, unfortunately. We respect the Pope different than anybody else in the world, any other religious leader, any other world leader. The Pope is different. His authority is truly unique. We just don't have the time to talk about papal authority today. So just take my word for it for today. Overall, the Pope is not the ultimate authority in a single person's life. Presidents come and go. Bosses come and go. Celebrities come and go. All the big names that we're so often talking about, they're little fish when it comes to actually molding us as living, breathing people. When it comes down to it, there are three kinds of people that have absolute authority in their lives and the lives of others. In no particular order: husbands, wives, and parents. Switch the order around, though. I made the mistake of saying that at the South Church Mass, and I looked at every married woman glaring at me, like, who are you trying to fool? Parents, then wives, then husbands. Okay. Today is Holy Family Sunday, and it is no wonder that it comes immediately after Christmas, because the family is holy. For all of the ways that holiness enters into our lives, the number one way in terms of reliability and consistency is the family, and that means that it comes, the family, with a hefty amount of authority. And I'm talking real authority. Not authority that has anything to do with military might or excommunication or any other way a leader has to control the people. That's not what I'm talking about. Jesus didn't do any of that. Real authority in life, in action. Oh, you know it when you hear it. It's hard to refute and hard to ignore. And it sounds like this: I couldn't possibly do that. My mom would kill me. That's real authority. Or Justin Lawrence Lopina, yeah, when you hear the middle name, you're in trouble. That's what real authority sounds like. Parents, do you have any clue? I mean, do you have any idea how many stupid decisions you have prevented just by being parents? I can practically guarantee it's higher than whatever you think right now. I can practically guarantee it. You are the moral compass of your children. You always have been. Perhaps an apt analogy is you are the moral North Star for your children. Because no matter how lost you get, you got that one point of reference that'll straighten you out if you just focus on it. Like, Frank, you made some good points. I'm just not sure. If my dad was here, he'd tell us we would be fools to invest in this. The word of a parent carries great weight indeed. The family matters. Parents matter. This has always been true. And we hear it in our first reading from the book of Sirach. And these lines were just a little too much for me to memorize. God sets a father in honor over his children. A mother's authority he confirms over her sons. Whoever honors his father atones for sins. He stores up riches who reveres his mother. And when he prays, he is heard. This is the plain spoken truth of the Bible. And who could argue with something that simple and straightforward? Holiness grows when families function well. When fathers and daughters and mothers and sons live in peace and honor one another, nothing can divide them. Nothing can conquer a holy family, whether it's got 10 people or 2. And the people that turn away from this truth suffer for it. They suffer as surely as people that don't have families in the first place. And that's sad. I mean, even when it's not their fault, it is sad to not have that connection that you get from family. That is a step away from holiness. And that is something I cannot abide. And we just need to hope for those people. You know, the people that can't break the 4th commandment, honor your father and your mother, because they don't have parents, or they have parents that have so thoroughly dishonored themselves, there's nothing worse anybody can do. We just have to hope and help them along the way, up to and including helping them start a family of their own when the time is right. Because that's got to be a unique challenge. To be a good parent when you yourself didn't have one. But it can be done. It absolutely can be done, because as the family is holy, the Holy Spirit is with anyone that strives for that sort of goal. Today is Holy Family Sunday. This is the day to celebrate Joseph, Mary, and Jesus and the grace they enjoyed together. And it's also our day to relish in our families and to redouble our effort to be a good member of our family, whether it's been around for 5 decades or 5 days.